Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. We're doing your tarot and oracle reading. This reading is going to be good for all Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Be sure to check your other placements, of course, and only take what resonates, Aquarius. So we're going to dive into general and love energies as per usual for you, Aqua. And feel free to flip and reverse the roles. Take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you do find this video helpful and you enjoy the reading, you can always book personal readings at the link in the description box or the pinned comment. So starting off for you, Aquarius, I did pull some astral oracle to get us started off camera just to get some general vibes and meditated on your energy a little bit here. And I did get the third house communication. So this is card number 41 from the astral oracle. Some of you guys could be 41 years old. I'm also getting life path 5. But with the third house card coming out, so of course the third house, we can take this in a more literal sense. The third house in your birth chart could be being activated right now, but on an intuitive level, because I am a tarot reader and an astrologer, I am getting something about Mercury retrograde coming through. So we are currently under Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is happening until the beginning of April. I can't remember the exact date. I want to say the 6th, but I don't think that's right. I just wrote it down because I was just looking at it too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But Mercury retrograde is happening. We also have a Venus retrograde happening. And as you guys know, if you follow astrology, there's been a lot going on as far as planetary ingresses and retrogrades, eclipse season, etc., etc. But something about Mercury retrograde could be highlighting something for you in regards to communication. It could also be your mind, insights, intuition, things of that nature. Also something about a sister was coming through that corresponds to the third house. So something about a sister and or your siblings. This could also be like distant family members, aunts and uncles, cousins, people that aren't like your immediate family, like your children or your parents or your immediate family. This is more so extended family. Also, for some of you, Gemini energy could be significant. Some of you guys are also traveling, and this kind of goes into the next card because we do have Sagittarius coming out, card number 9. I am getting life path 9 as well. But the Sagittarius card, some of you guys could have Sag placements or could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be that. Some of you guys, there could be something about education, travel, philosophy, religion. All of those things could be significant here. But I'm getting a strong Jupiterian energy. And Jupiter is currently in the sign of Gemini. So that's just kind of confirming Gemini energy as well. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Gemini or have Gemini placements. And then finally, I did feel called to pull a third card for some reason for you. And I got Progression's Journey, card number 56 from the Astral Oracle. So I do think that you are progressing on your journey. You're learning some very pivotal and expansive lessons at that. Some of you guys are kind of like graduating in a sense. Some of you guys could literally be graduating from something soon, or maybe you recently did. But I feel this more on an intuitive level and more from a spiritual sense, like you're graduating to the next level. Some of you guys could be ending karmic contracts. Whew, I feel like I'm a little out of breath here. So let's dive into the Kipper and see what else is coming out for you in your general energies, Aquarius. Aquarius, general energies. So we have main male coming out, card number 1. I'm getting a very masculine energy here. So I don't know if this is you or somebody else. It feels like somebody else, maybe somebody you're dealing with. Could be a father figure or a male energy influence in your life. I'm also getting a boss energy. We'll see when we clarify. We have poverty, card number 37. Interesting. So if that was a boss's energy, that could have to correspond with this poverty card. We'll see what comes out when we clarify, of course. Bottom of the deck, we do have high honor, distant horizons, and adjudication. Some of you guys are relocating for work. And we also have imprisonment, card number 29. Interesting. Now, of course, the imprisonment card doesn't necessarily have to mean literal imprisonment. It can for some of you. Some of you guys are connected to somebody who could be incarcerated or imprisoned, but this could be more on a figurative sense. Like, there's a part of you that's imprisoned or feels trapped, or you're energetically stuck in some way. You guys could need to do a road opener spell or ritual. All right, what is this main? Okay, before I finished saying that, I got the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse coming out. I was going to ask, what is this main male card? So this is indicative to me of this very well could be a boss figure. There could be a cut in how much you're making, how much you're, you know, bringing home financially, whether this is in business, whether this is in work, your career, you work at a 9 to 5, whatever the case may be for you. For some of you, you guys are penny pinching or maybe penny pinching in the future. We'll see what comes out when we clarify this poverty card. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Magician card in the reverse. Now, you guys know if you watch my channel, a lot of times the Magician card comes out in the reverse. This can mean black magic. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean somebody's sitting down and doing black magic on you, like doing spells and rituals on you. It can be something as simple as like gossip or slander, or, you know, somebody wishing ill will on you unintentionally. So that could be affecting your finances. You guys could need to do like a cleanse, protection, as well as a road opener to kind of clear those blocks and that negative energy. One more for that main male card. This could be a male that you're attached to as well that's affecting you energetically in other areas of your life. So we have the Strength card coming out. The Strength card is Leo energy. It doesn't have to be a Leo or a Leo placement. It's just that energy. So you guys could have a Leo placement or somebody you know. But, you know, the Strength card really is a card that represents having some sort of strength, courage, also having a lot of passion. It's subtle power and reflection in a lot of ways, and being able to influence your inner strength on a situation. So there might be some inner reserves you need to pull out and build up some sort of courage to be able to do something in order to get what you're ultimately looking for, which I feel like is an increase in your financial situation, something that you've been working on. You haven't necessarily been seeing the results. You could also be being a little bit too much of a perfectionist, if that makes sense. Like you're too critical on yourself, so that could be affecting your finances or your work in general. You could also be finding yourself a little bit unmotivated. There's something here about needing to focus and focusing on like the power that you have, the subtle power that you have, or the influence you have on a situation, having the courage to push through something till the end. And this could be connected to some sort of male influence in your life. So I don't know what this is referring to, so just take it how it resonates. It's going to be different for each and every one of you Aquarians. For a lot of you, this could be a boss figure. It could also be somebody that's energetically connected to you, or that you're connected with in your personal life, that could be affecting other areas of your life, such as your work and finance. What is this poverty card? Because it could be connected here. What is this poverty card? The Star card in the reversed. Yeah, some of you guys have a little bit a lack of faith, or you're discouraged. You feel a bit disconnected, possibly disconnected from what you're doing, how you're earning money, where your finances are. You've lost a little bit of hope on any hope for the future of your finances taking a turn in the right direction. So that could be your first mistake. Now, the Nine of Swords also came out in the reversed. There's a lot of deep-rooted fears here, deep-rooted insecurities, lots of anxiety about, you know, the future, where you're headed. This is about releasing worry, releasing your fears, and surrendering it to God. I feel like there's a lot of material baggage or things that you're letting interfere with you energetically that are translating down into the 3D realm. So this could quite literally be your financial situation. I feel like you have the capability to be able to turn this around. It's about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, having courage and strength to turn things around. You've been working at something for quite some time, and you haven't seen any tangible results from it yet. So you're thinking about giving up, or you're having anxiety, you lost hope. You're not really sure which way to go next, but I think this is about surrendering and keep pushing through, finding that inner strength, that inner reserve to continue to keep pushing. So this could be like a side project that you're really passionate about, that you're hoping to make money from. It could be maybe you're an artist or you're a musician and you don't see the results that you want. You're not making money from what you're doing or something like that. This could be a totally different situation. It just popped into my head, so it's not going to be for everybody. Others of you, you know, your job just isn't working out. You're finding yourself not really connected to what you're doing. Queen of Pentacles in the reversed. Yeah, some of you guys are also a little bit distracted, like caring and nurturing for children, providing for your family. Like all of your money is going to bills and providing for your family, so you have no extra money to be able to do anything else with your family. You don't necessarily have to have a family, but a lot of you are mothers. Why is this imprisonment card here? Too many. Yeah, lots of financial energies here. Also, there could be something here about traveling, getting outside of your comfort zone, meeting new people, networking, something of that nature that could lead you to some sort of opportunity in finance, because we had that third house card and that Sagittarius card both come out in your astral oracle. Imprisonment. The Hangman in the reverse. Lots of reversals today for you, Aquarius. I almost said Sag. Delays and standstill. Huh. Okay. Yeah, you're stalling something because you're trapped in your mind. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. And a little bit of indecision here. You could be delaying making some sort of decision or making some sort of sacrifice in order to ultimately get where you want to go. I think these are all connected, honestly. One more for that Hangman card. I know this is a very odd message too, but somebody could also be like abusing substances or have an addiction problem. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. In fact, I'm not even really feeling it is you, although it could be. King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy. Yeah, there's something here you need to release some sort of control on in regards to like your stability. This could certainly be corresponded to your financial situation, to your money, but it's ultimately about your security and your stability. I cannot talk today. It is Mercury retrograde. So the King of Wands in the reverse, fire sign energy, Ace of Pentacles in the reversed, Queen of Swords in the reversed. Why are all these cards reversed? You could be overly emotional about a situation that you didn't get some sort of opportunity that you wanted. There could be some sort of fire sign energy here. This could have been something that you were truly passionate about, that you gave up on. You felt very like reckless or impulsive, or somebody could have viewed you that way. You had a lot of high expectations about some sort of offer or some sort of increase in your financial situation. You felt like something was unachievable. There could also be something here about not weighing in on your emotions enough. So shadow work could definitely be utilized here. Let's go ahead and get some advice and we'll move on to love, because these have all been kind of redundant and capitalizing on each other. Advice for Aquarius. The Chariot card, it's time for you to make movement, progress. I feel like you are headed in the right direction, but this is about taking action. It's having integrity. It is victory. It's determination. It's Cancerian energy. It's about having the courage to know when you need to leave something. So this could be a job, a place of employment, a project. It doesn't necessarily mean give up necessarily. I think that you're well on your way to success and victory, but it's about using your discernment to know what is worth your time and energy. If it's something that you're truly connected to, you're truly passionate about, and you know that you can make a future for yourself off of in the future, if that makes sense, then continue doing it. Keep pushing through, having that courage and the determination to see something through to the end. I think you're well on your way, especially if you have a connection with God and the divine and you're following your intuition. I think you're well on your way to success, but it's just about having that courage and getting out of your mind, because I feel like you're having anxiety and you're overthinking and you're not seeing the blessings that are being presented to you. Also, the Eight of Cups here. Interesting. Yeah, some of you guys need to leave something behind. Some of you guys need to stick something through. So I know this is two different storylines for two different sets of Aquarians here, but some of you guys, you know, the Eight of Cups is the only card in the whole entire tarot that has an actual eclipse on it. This general portion has been longer than usual, so I apologize. Some of you guys are disappointed because you need to walk away from something, or because you have withdrawn yourself from something, or you need to withdraw yourself from something. And that's okay. It's about leaving something behind that needs to be left behind, but knowing what those things are, using your discernment and your intuition to be able to make that decision to move forward. What is ultimately going to make you happy, what is going to make you spiritually fulfilled, and what is actually going to give you physical, tangible stability and security. All of those things need to align, and it's also about having hope for the future and getting out of your head, because I feel like you're stuck in your head right now. So we're going to move on to love for you, Aquarius. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hop over to my YouTube. Personal readings for astrology and tarot in the description box and the pinned comment, guys. And really quickly, because I took so long with that general portion of the reading, I will just tell you that I do have my ritual intention oils. My Etsy shop will be up soon. I know I've been saying that forever, but if you want them before my Etsy shop is up, you can always shoot me an email or a DM on Instagram or TikTok. I will list all of the descriptions, or at least the names of them, down below. But here's one, Shield Me, for protection, shielding, and warding. So it's just a basic protection oil. Very important to shield yourself and protect your energy. So, all right, Aquarius. Love. Got my Aquarian deck as per usual. I believe this is the Mind's Eye Tarot. just very much reminds me of Aquarian energy. The artwork is stunning on these cards. All right, Aquarius, what you guys have all been waiting for. Love. What's going on in my Aquarians' love lives? Aquarius and love. Some of you guys are connected to somebody that's like from a different culture, a different race, a different lifestyle, a different way of, just a different way of being. They're just somebody totally different than you normally would have gone for or have gone for in the past. Aquarius. 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 The Magician. Okay. Not going to speak on that just yet here. The Six of Cups and the King of Cups. Okay. I'm liking this so far. Let's see here. Aquarius. Some of you guys have been manifesting something in your love life. And I like that it's in the upright. So that's beautiful. King of Swords, air sign energy here. That could be you. Two of Pentacles. You could also be going back and forth on something. Or something could be a little bit up and down. But I feel like you're trying to make a decision on something. Knight of Swords, Page of Cups. Yeah. You could feel like somebody's a bit immature. Or somebody could actually be younger than you. You're trying to figure out if it's real, if it's true love. You're trying to make a choice. But ultimately you manifested whatever this is. Aquarius. The Lovers. Okay. Gemini energy. We did pick that up in the general portion as well. This is a soul contract to me. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. And we have the Hierophant. Okay. I like this, Aquarius, so far. So I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's somebody new. I don't know if it's somebody old. It feels like this could be somebody from the past that something already ended with. There could have been a nasty breakup. There could have been toxic tendencies. There could have been addictions, attachments, codependency, or just a lot of shadow self qualities that were shown within this relationship if this is somebody from the past. If not, this could quite possibly certainly be somebody from a past life. It is certainly, though, without a shadow of a doubt, a soul contract with the Lovers card. That is my twin flame card. I do say that term very lightly because I think it's overused and toxic in the spiritual community. But this is giving me twin flame energy. It's giving me soul contract energy, for lack of a better term. I do think there is a difference between a twin flame and a soulmate, just for reference, but all of them are soul contracts. In my personal opinion, everyone that you have a personal connection with, a one-on-one relationship with in your life, there is a soul contract there in some capacity. That's just my opinion. Some of you guys are waiting, or you're trying to decide if this person is marriage material or if you want to marry them. Why is this Magician card here for Aquarius in love? Queen of Swords. So we do have a divine counterpart here from two different decks. Although I don't like the King and the Queen of Swords together necessarily. I think it's too much air. You're trying to make, you're trying to not bring your past into the situation. It feels like you're trying to be unbiased. Like this person could have qualities of somebody that you dated in the past or somebody you were connected with in the past. It feels like new energy. You're also trying to be unbiased in regards to the situation in general. So you're trying not to bring, like, maybe you guys have been together for a long time and you're trying to bring like past stuff from your relationship with them into the future or where you're at now. But a lot of you guys, this feels like new. So you could be like trying to set boundaries as well. You're just trying to have a clear mind going into this, or finishing it, or seeing it through, or at least making your next like step forward. I haven't seen the Four of Wands yet though. The Seven of Swords. I don't like the Seven of Swords there. But it's usually like betrayal, lying, cheating, stealing. It's a very sneaky and deceptive trickster energy. It can also be about acting with strategy. So you could be trying to be strategic on how you go about this relationship because you don't want to be burned. You don't want to be taken advantage of, which there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also a fine line between, being overly protective and strategic in a relationship, and just like being a bit, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to say like abusive or narcissistic because those words are overused as well. But like hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. There's a difference between being protective and like strategic and being toxic, I guess you could say, or, letting your shadow self get the best of you in the relationship. Why is the King of Swords here? Page of Cups. Yeah, so somebody could either be younger than the other person. Somebody could also have children. It doesn't have to be that. But I feel like you're trying to decide if this person is genuine or if what you feel for this person is genuine. I don't see anything like terrible so far. We do have the 7 of Swords, but at least it's not the 5 of Swords, knock on wood. The Tower. I also feel like this kind of came unexpectedly, or at least something could have happened in the relationship that was quite unexpected, which made you try to either reevaluate where the relationship was headed or reevaluate where you want to head next, if that makes sense. A lot of you, I just think this, either this connection with this person or this relationship came out of left field. You weren't expecting it. You know, you could have met like in an odd way, or it was just very different. You felt an instant connection. It's different from other people. But they could also show characteristics of somebody from the past, or you could feel very familiar with them, obviously, because it's a soul contract. And again, some of you, this could be somebody from the past, but I don't feel that for most of you. Why is this Lover's card here? Why is this Lover's card here? We have the Page of Swords. Some of you, 6 of Swords. Some of you guys, this person has told you that they think you're their twin flame, or vice versa. So maybe you have told this person that. I know that's oddly specific. Others of you, this could be an existing relationship where something kind of crazy happened, or something off the wall happened, or something unexpected happened, and you're trying to work through it. So there could be an apology. Sometimes the Page of Cups represents an apology. So I don't know if that, for some reason, it kind of feels like your energy is like you're apologizing for something that happened very unexpectedly within the relationship. This could also be their energy. And you guys are trying to move on from the troubles that you're facing, or at least the chaos you've been facing. It doesn't necessarily have to mean like something extremely bad or shady happened within the relationship. But again, the 7 of Swords is here, which could be lying, cheating, or stealing. So it's always a possibility. But I feel like you guys are trying to work through something, and you're trying to make a decision to move forward with something regardless of where you're at in the relationship. Some of you guys are trying to get through a difficult time within the relationship. Others of you are in a new relationship, and you're trying to make a decision on if this person is genuine, if you really feel something for this person, if this person really feels something for you. I do think this is a soul contract. You're meant to learn something with your relationship with this person no matter what. Whew. All right, let's get advice. Advice for Aquarius in love. 2 of Wands. Yeah, you got to make a decision here. You need to look at the future and the long term of things. What you ultimately want out of life. Does this person's values align with yours? The Strength card in the reversed. Putting your pride aside, your ego aside also. Finding that strength and courage to be able to make a decision. And then we have the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles here. 2 5s I don't like. Do I like any of the 5s though? I don't know. Some of you guys feel like you're at a loss, or that you've lost out on something, or you've been defeated in something. Some of you guys feel almost like ignored, or like your needs aren't getting met in some way. So you're trying to make a decision, and ultimately you need to make that decision. You need to look at the long term of where you're headed, where you want to go, where your values lie, where your partner's values lie, and ultimately see if they align with each other. There is a lesson here for you in this relationship, no matter what, or no matter what your decision is. Ultimately, from a spiritual perspective, there is no wrong choice. You just need to make it. You need to find the courage to be able to make that choice. Even if you make the so-called wrong choice, you're still going to learn something. So just make the choice, you know, accept whatever the consequences are of that choice, and move forward with your life. That is all I have for you, Aquarius. Again, personal readings can be found in the description box in the pinned comment. Email me or shoot me a message on Instagram or TikTok if you want to purchase one of my oils. They are on sale right now until the end of eclipse season for $5.99. So we have harmony and resolution. So some of you guys are hoping for harmony and resolution in your relationship. So that could be a sign for you on which decision to make, but only take that if it's yours, of course, Aquarius. And that is all I have for you. I will see you next time. Bye.